now we're in the throes of summer. Beth today, one Felix Robert Holland is home with me. He is binge watching Alvin and the Chipmunk movies, I think interspersed with Batman. He wants to watch all the Batman movies, which are in no way, shape, or form age appropriate. And then he had Cinnamon Toast Crunch for lunch. So I'm feeling good.
It sounds like a perfect summer day.
Right. I mean, I felt like this piece in the New York Times describing kid rotting, which is just like, or wild summer, which is a little bit prettier version, but just like enough with the camps every single day. We're also reaching an important milestone camp-wise because Griffin is at a symphony camp, and I told him this would be his last camp. He's like, I'm 16. Stop signing me up for camps. So, like, I'm coming to the end of the organizing camps all summer and also realizing, like, I just don't want to I'm not going to do it with Felix the whole time, especially since Felix goes to a diabetes camp for 18 days. So, like, he gets the full camp experience. It's just too much time. It's too long of a damn summer to have them scheduled every day. You just can't. I don't know how. If people do it, Godspeed. I can't make it work where I live.
Well, it's time consuming. It's expensive. It feels like you are an administrator for your children. Like I often feel like the executive assistant to Jane and Ellen, especially around summer activities. Our summer here is very different because Jane is working. And so she has shifts. And my calendar is now a lot of taking her to and picking her up from her shifts at work. And both my girls swim on the community swim team. It's our public pool where my daughter is working and swimming. And that is an early morning shift for us as well in the car. Oof. So I'm doing a lot of driving. Now, I did just pick Jane up. She was just at church camp out of town last week. And Ellen went this morning for her week at church camp. But that's really it for true summer camps. Ellen did a day camp, a drama camp. But the month of July is going to be wilder here. It's just going to be a lot of driving them to the pool for work and swim. And then Ellen really does have wild summer. Like she really does run around the neighborhood with friends all day. And I often don't know where she is or what she's had for lunch or if she's had lunch at all. So I think maybe we have been doing that longer than it's been cool here.
Could they ride their bikes to the pool? I'm about to set mine free on their bikes and be like, don't come home.
No, the pool where Jane works is a good 5 miles from our house. It's a haul on a road that would not be safe for her to go on a bike. But they do bike around the neighborhood and it's a big neighborhood. Like they have a pretty big radius now where they can roam, and my little one really does.
Well, that's the problem. I mean, even if Felix, like so many of the kids in our neighborhood are at camps. So like he'll go see so-and-so home, but they're not home. They're at a camp. But yeah, I mean, it's just gotten so expensive. I mean, diabetes camp is enormously expensive for lots of obvious reasons. And so we're talking to them about doing some like fundraising. We're like, you need some skin in the game. Amos sold some of his artwork and paid for his art camp, which was freaking awesome, let me tell you. And he really loved it. I imagine he'll do that one again. But they kind of complain. Now, once they pass over into like counselor, so Griffin and Amos go to Camp Ernst, which is near you, a YMCA camp near you. And it was so funny. Like once they get to like where they're actually working at camp, they enjoy it more than just being campers. Like Griffin,
that makes perfect sense to me.
Griffin loves it.
Yeah.
He got to be E-team last year where he like literally did dishes all day. And he was like, it's the best. I want to go back. And Amos was a camper for 2 weeks and he moaned and complained about it. I'm like, this is so confusing to me.
No, I get it. Jane loves to have a role. She loves her job. She absolutely loves her job. She comes home talking about measuring people to see if they're tall enough for the water slides and counting her drawer and making sure the cash is right. And just every little bit of that responsibility, she's like, put it in my veins. And it's great. And I'm so surprised. We did not tell her she needed to get a job. We didn't encourage this. She just heard her friends were working at the pool and decided she was going to work at the pool too. And my mom was saying to me while she was here this weekend, maybe I should have pushed you to have a job like this. And I said, maybe, but this kind of job was not available where we lived, where they hire 20 or 30 high school kids to all work together in a setting where they are training them. I mean, it is the city pool. So they are thinking about this as like teaching young people how to have a job. Her orientation was a lot of just, here's how you clock in and out. If you're not busy, look around and see what needs to be done. It's such a great experience that I could not have programmed for her. She found this for herself, and the skills that she's acquiring from it and the fun she's having kind of trying on being a grown-up are so great.
Yeah, I mean, Nicholas is a huge proponent of a summer job, and that's what he did for like 10 years. He was a lifeguard at his community pool. I could never have a summer job because I went to see my dad in the summer. My parents were divorced, and so I spent every summer in California. And so, but he's like totally convinced me that that's the way to do it. So Griffin's so excited about getting paid as a counselor this year. Like he's just psyched. I do think it's really something they need, and that's important. And it is hard because it's like, I really don't want them on screens, but also I definitely spent a lot of summers just watching TV all day. I watched Adventures in Babysitting, Ghostbusters 2, and Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead on a loop in my dad's babysitter's daughter's room on Betamax. It's like one of my like core summer memories. So, whatever. I went upstairs and he was watching YouTube, and I was like, I'm gonna take the remote away. You have to watch TV. Like no
That's
YouTube.
right.
You have to watch TV.
Good old-fashioned television. That's what I tell Ellen all the time, too. I really don't care if she watches TV because it has a beginning and a middle and an end.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I'm looking for now. Just watch something that has a story. Don't watch somebody else playing a game or unboxing something.
No.
Or just something that just goes on and on and on with no storyline. As long as there's a storyline,
That's
cool.
why I'm like, like, okay, whatever. Batman's probably not age appropriate, but I don't even care. At least it's not YouTube.
There's some good in Batman. Talk about things that we watched over and over. My Aunt Liz knew that I loved watching the 60s Batman sitcom with my dad. And so one year for Christmas, she spent the whole year taping on a VHS tape the Batman sitcoms as they came up on Nickelodeon or wherever they were replaying them, and she gave them to me, and I wore those out. I watched those episodes a million times over. And that's what I did this summer. I didn't have a neighborhood. I couldn't ride my bike somewhere.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to camp every week. I was watching Batman, playing school in my room.
I went to church camp a couple of times, but I didn't. What I really wanted for my kids is for them to have that experience of starting as a camper at a really young age, going every single year, knowing the language of the camp and becoming the counselor. But even that, campers is a week, you have to come get them in the weekend. It's not this doesn't take up the whole summer. Even if you send your kids for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, the summer is too long. We have to, this is bad. I wish instead of, I don't know, getting all up in people's businesses, what books are on the library at school, they would solve an actual problem for parents, like this stupid thing we do where we're like, here's your kids for 3 months. Godspeed people who work full time.
Yeah, I do think a lot about how lucky I am that I have the flexibility to run Jane to her job and pick her up.
Mm-hmm.
And what would this look like if I had a job where I had to be at a place at a time and stay there the whole time until my shift was over? I feel really, really lucky that I can do this because it is hard. And with two of them both having conflicting appointments, there are times when Chad and I are both running the girls, and it's hard.
Yeah.
It's tough. And it is way easier for us than for so many people. So I agree with you. I really want the school calendar I want to take a hard look and have some conversation about what it looks like to give people periods of rest, but for those periods to actually be rest, instead of just a new form of difficulty.
We can't wait to hear about your summer. Are you letting your kids rot? Tell us all about it. Thank you for joining us for another episode. Thank